If you're a new manager, an emerging leader, or someone who's been promoted recently, you might be feeling a mix of excitement and worry. Of course, excitement at all the new opportunity, but potentially a little worry about, well, gosh, now even more people are going to see my writing. Now people are going to expect more from my writing too. So today, let's look at top 10 writing tips for new managers. All right, number 10, as always, think from your reader's perspective. Sometimes your reader is your own team, your direct reports. It doesn't matter if they're, quote, lower in the hierarchy. We need to think from their perspective when we're writing to them. What do they need to know? What order do they want that information in? What will sound engaging and motivating and what will sound condescending? That's all even more important now as a leader. Number 9, use motivating and empowering verbs. Instead of verbs that dismiss, like reduce, avoid, let's use verbs that produce, like provide, grow, develop, understand, contribute, collaborate. These will keep people on the page that we're moving forward. Number 8, reference your team members by name when talking about them, when you're talking about their contributions. Instead of saying, hey team, we did such a great job last week, so in our next meeting we're going to revisit these 2 ideas, how about we're going to revisit the 2 ideas from Tony and Sasha, because that was such a great discussion we had about them last week. Make sure your team members are getting some credit and getting seen in front of others in group emails too. Number 7, regardless of who you're writing to, now that you're in a leadership position, you probably have to tell people what's happening quite a bit. Updates, new directives, critiques, new announcements. These often require context. Just one sentence is often enough to let people know what we're talking about. When you're writing to another leader, let them know the project you're talking about. When you're writing to direct reports, give some context for the decision or announcement you're going to share with them. Number 6, reframe can't information into can information. Instead of because you failed to provide A and B, we cannot fill out your claim, how about when you provide A and B, we can fill out your claim? Almost anything we have to say that's about didn't or can't can be represented as does or will or can without being fake. It's just reframing into what can be done next, more than focusing on what was done maybe mistakenly in the past. Number 5, you want to sound confident as a leader. And so to get confident, you've got to maybe get out of some of the habits that we all have, at least I know I do, of using qualifiers. Like, I just wanted to mention, how about I'm mentioning it? How about instead of I think we should try this, maybe let's try this. And so try to make sure you're not dismissing yourself by saying it's only an idea. Just say my idea is. And instead of just wanted to add, I'd like to add, or just add it, right? So look out for those little words that accidentally reduce the sound of confidence in our writing. Number 4, consider power dynamics and gender. Most of us, all of us have been conditioned to some extent about our gender. And we might have been conditioned to think different ways about power and hierarchy too. Keep that in mind when you're writing. We don't want to contribute to gender dynamics by representing old hierarchies in our writing. We don't want to dismiss people who are in a less powerful position through words like just, like I just mentioned, right? And so think about your own gender and that of your readers. Think about power differentials. Make sure you're writing in a way that sets an equal playing field and that doesn't create even more inequity. Number 3, don't take away your reader's choice. Try to use language that keeps the ball in their court. For example, please join us versus please attend. Join us means, yeah, I'm going to decide to join in. Attend sounds like a checklist. Number 2, and this goes with number 1 coming soon, talk openly about your writing, especially your writing fails. We need a culture where it's okay to mess up in writing and okay to learn from it. We need a workplace culture where people talk about how we communicate. And so relatedly, number 1, it's number 2 and all more, model good writing habits. Model talking about your writing. Model writing concisely, model caring about your reader, and tell your reports how you're doing it as you write.